Hey Tigers, today we're here with Coach Wink and we're going to talk to him about his induction into the Hall of Fame. So the first question we have for you is when did you begin your coaching career?
Oh boy. So I began at Lamar's Galen as an assistant. I actually had just come back from Europe where I had played semi-professional football for a year, and I had 1 year of college left. So my fifth year, I was able to get on with Denny Muller at Lamar's Galen, and that would have been in 1994, a long time ago. So that's where I started.
Wow, that's what? Mm, I can't do my math
It's
right
a
now.
long time
32
ago.
years ago. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what made you want to become a coach?
I think I had great influences. I just highly respected the people that were coaching me at the time when I was coming through youth sports, and I honestly think that like in seventh or eighth grade, I just decided, this is what I want to do. I wasn't sure if it was going to be football or basketball at the time. I loved playing basketball, but just I think just the people that I saw how hard they worked and their passion for it, and I think honestly, probably since middle school, I've just said that's what I want to do. So I don't know. It was just kind of in me, I guess.
Yeah. Where did you previously coach before coming to ADM? I know you kind of answered that
Yeah,
already.
well, so I was assistant at Lamar's Galen for 1 year, and then I got my uh, first teaching job at Hubbard Radcliffe, and I was assistant coach there 1 year, and then the next year the Garner Hayfield job came open, um, and I applied at Garner. A Hall of Fame coach was leaving there, heading to Spencer at the time, and uh, I was a biology teacher at the moment, and they had that opening, and I was very fortunate to get the Garner job. And then after 9 years at Garner Hayfield, I went to West Delaware for 20 years. And there I was the PE and strength coach, and I really enjoyed my time there. But yeah, then I came here. So I've been a head coach now for 31 years. So
You've been all over.
yeah,
All right. What made you choose to come to ADM?
I think I felt like I was in. My family had a lot to do with it. I mean, obviously, all my six adult kids are around here with grandbabies now, and um, so that was probably the driving factor that my wife and I wanted to get this way. But I was also kind of just ready for a little bit of a change too on my day to day. I felt like I was impacting kids, but I wanted to do something different. Um, and when the ADM job came open, I just thought this was the perfect place, right? It's still kind of that small town feel, super close to West Des Moines and all my kids, and that's what kind of that was the main factor, I guess, was family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When you first got here, what were your initial thoughts and goals for the program?
I think the program was kind of up and coming at the time. I mean, they had a lot of really good players before me, and I knew that graduating class was really special. Um, but I just felt like the resources are here, and when I started meeting families and kids and realized just how special this place is, got really excited. Like I think a lot of people's first impression my first year was that it was kind of a rebuilding year, and actually when I stepped on the field the first time, I'm like, boy, if this is a rebuilding year, we're going to be pretty good, right? I mean, so there's kids here that are passionate, they want to work hard, and tremendous coaching staff. So I think my goal is just kind of try to take it to the next step. Um, teach our young coaches, be a good influence on people, try to be a great role model for the kids, and build relationships. And I think if you can do those things, you got a chance to be successful. So uh, but I tell you what, my coaching staff's unbelievable. I mean, they really are. They're a bunch of young guys that just work really, really hard, and so they are a big reason for all of my coaches that I've had, and the good players are the reason for any success that I've had.
Okay, where have you seen the most progress in the program since you started coaching here?
I honestly, the thing that jumps out at me most is probably accountability. I think um, one of the things that I was a little surprised with was just some of the kids that maybe weren't fully bought in. And I think my selling point to them is if you're not going to be fully bought in, that's okay. But it's probably not going to work out to play football, right? You got to be super committed. And so I think from accountability standpoint, our guys are working really hard. They do what they're supposed to do. They study. They watch film. I think trying to take that to the next level is super important, and I think we're making some progress there.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And then what other goals do you have for the program currently?
Yeah, we talked about this at the end of the season. We quarterfinals 2 years in a row. It's a little frustrating not to get to that next step, and what can we do as a program to get there? And I think it's really putting a lot of it onto the kids, saying that we feel like we feel like we have enough talent to make a successful playoff run every year. So what do we got to do to get to the next step, right? And that's going to be a lot of hard work in the off season. Yeah. And I think we love our AE program and what Coach Roop does. And I just think it's really taken the kids' mindset that you've got to work really hard every single day, because everybody's doing something, right? All of our opponents are working. So can we work a little bit harder than them? I think that's the mindset you got to go in with.
Right, yeah. And then what has been your proudest moment so far?
Ooh, ever?
Sure, yeah, ever.
From a football standpoint, I honestly think that the thing that I'm most grateful for, which probably means I'm the most proud of it, is the fact that I had the opportunity to coach my 3 boys.
Nice.
I mean, it was pretty special. We didn't talk about football at home, and we didn't really like. I wanted to be able to still separate the family and the football at home, right? But having the ability to coach those 3 boys was pretty awesome.
Yeah. How does it feel to be selected for induction to the IFCA Hall of Fame?
Honestly, it's pretty surreal. Like, when you start coaching, 31 years ago, it's the last thing I was thinking about. I was just trying to survive at that point. But it's 100%. I was so fortunate to be in 3 amazing communities as a head coach, with great coaching staffs and great players. And I just want to say that this is a team award, in my opinion. Like, I appreciate being honored for it, but there's just so much more to it than me. I mean, you can't do it without great kids and staff, right? And so it's pretty surreal. Like, I think of the people that I've looked up to and know that are in the Hall of Fame, and the guy that I replaced at Garner, Daryl Schumacher, and Ed Thomas. Just to name a few, those guys were really special to me, and helping me and kind of being my mentor. And now here I am, hopefully mentoring some of the young guys now too. But yeah, it's a great honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And then what's one piece of advice you give to your athletes, and then also a piece of advice you give to someone who wants to be a great coach too?
Yeah, I think the key is to be completely transparent and just be who you are, right? I think people really struggle with trying to be somebody that they're not. And that's when I use, like, we talk about expect victory all the time, and what that really means is like being the best version of yourself, because nobody else can do that, right? You're the only person that can be the best you, so just be the best you can, and do it in a transparent way where you're being completely honest and sincere. And I think if you're doing that, then I think people are willing to follow you, because if you don't seem genuine and you don't seem like you care, it's really hard to lead people. Right. So I think you got to be as the best person you can be, but that means that you can only be the best yourself. So don't try to be somebody else. I think the comparison thing that we have so much of social media now is such a struggle. Just don't compare yourself with other people. You might compare yourself with something they're doing. Like, you might want to achieve what they're doing, but you don't want to be that person, if that makes sense. Yeah. Be yourself, and then go after the goals you want. And I think if you can create some good habits in order to do that, then you get the outcomes you want. So
nice. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, that's all we have for you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.